We are here at NSRA Disc Golf Course in Sedro-Woolley, Washington. We're going to play a round today. One shot off every tee. We're going to play basically tournament rules. We're going to try to make sure we hit all the OBs. As long as they're marked, we'll play them. And I think I just looked and they are marked on almost all the holes. This course is notoriously hard. You can lose a lot of discs here. It's pretty long. There's tons of OB. I think par is like 950 rated. So that's kind of what we're going for, but we're going to see what we shoot today. It's kind of a preparatory round, kind of to get the season started. So yeah, hole one is 646 feet. It's a par 4 with OB everywhere. So basically we're going down into these trees here, OB in all the rough, so on the left side and on the right side. Path in the middle that you can skip off of. I think to start the day, we're gonna throw a hyzer. Don't be scared. All right. Man, that thing turns a lot. Don't be in the rough, please. Nice, we're safe. Hole's about, the basket's about 200 feet up there in the woods. I'm gonna throw a Berg X on maybe the slightest flex ever and just try to get us up there. Okay, that should give us a putt. If we wouldn't hit that branch, it might have even gone in. All right, left ourselves about a 30 footer. Putt hasn't been on quite much lately, but we're gonna give it a run. Don't leave it low. We didn't leave it low. Hit chains. Hole 2 is a 297 downhill. Pretty much a straight shot, maybe a slight drift right. There's OB all around the circle. I think it's about circle 2 is the OB line. So we just gotta get one out there and don't let it fade and don't let it turn over. We're gonna throw a proxy, not too hard. We are going downhill and the goal is just keep it low. I don't practice many of these like downhill shots, so let's see how we do. Sit. I think we're parked. Super happy with that shot. I don't get to practice those very often because I don't play courses with elevation changes, but proxy is OP at going straight, never fading, slightly turning if you just throw it pretty much flat. I hyzer flipped this on maybe like 10 degrees or something, flipped right up, just rode straight forever, sat perfectly. Birdie. Hole 3 is a 596 foot par 4. Goes up about 400 something feet and then left. I'm not exactly sure how far. Can't go walk all the way down there. There's definitely OB on the right, no OB on the left. So I think the best play, since we're throwing uphill for me, is to hyzer flip a crave, hit the gap, and just let it straight for as long as I can without fading left or going right. So I'm gonna put a little extra hyzer on it because I'd rather miss left than right. I might actually just go over this gap, but then it'll fade for a long time. We'll see. I'm just gonna go for the gap. Come back for me, baby. Okay, that's perfect. We're dead in the fairway on the right side, so our shot up to the left should be great. We landed in a really, really good spot for this fairway because the basket is up here and to the left. So you kind of want to be right to be able to get a good look at it. If you're on the left side, you kind of have to throw a blind hyzer. We're about 200 feet from the pin, slightly uphill. So we're going to throw the Berg X. Just on a nice hyzer, high and to the left, nice and safe. It is a bit wet. Since it's uphill, it should fade more, so we should be even more safe. Okay, we're long as hell. I hope that's not OB, but it went pretty far even with the uphill. I thought it would fade out a bit more, but we'll see where we're at. We went a little bit long. There's no OB here. I don't think there's actually any OB. So we have like a 25-foot uphill putt. I think this is a par 3, so it would be for par. We kind of need this one. Don't leave it short. We don't have to really worry about rollaways at the other side, so I didn't leave it short. So the good news is the last hole's a par 4. So we parred that last hole. We should have the easy birdie. That's all right, we're still 1 under for the round. This is a 304-foot par 3 with OB everywhere, and I think right behind the basket is just death. So you do not want to go long under any circumstances. I think I'm gonna throw the Envy on a nice big hyzer, kind of spiking in. I don't want to go long at all costs, so I'd rather be slightly short. Envies do go far, so this guy doesn't do what he's supposed to do, we are gonna take him out of the bag. So we're gonna throw on some hyzer right at that tree right there. Don't go long. Okay, I don't think we went quite long. We did go past the basket, which is crazy, because I threw on a crazy hyzer way out right. But I think we're not OB, and we're not down the hill, so we should have about a 25, 30-foot putt. All right, so we thought we went a little long, but actually we didn't. We kind of skipped right up into these trees. We have about a 15-footer for the birdie. Oh, we need to be confident. My putt lately has not been on. I changed a little something, and it's been really messing me up, but this is an easy putt. We're not flipping the disc or anything today. This should be just a cash, easy putt. We're just gonna not think about it, put it through the pole. There we go, baby. All right, birdie puts us at 2 down here. I'm pretty stoked about that. Like I said, this is a really hard course, and we've been playing really good with the OB so far. I didn't know there was lines drawn yet on hole 1, really. Like, I saw a couple of lines, but on hole 1, I thought it was just rough, but there were actually lines drawn like a little bit in front of the rough. So we're gonna keep playing the lines and see if we can see them, but also the signs have similar OBs, not perfect. So yeah, we'll play the best we can, and we'll try to be honest with it. All right. This is hole 5. It's a 309-foot par 3. You can see the basket tucked up in the trees right there. It looks like a similar shot to last time. I could try to throw like a hyzer flip to really get up in there and go for the birdie. Then we risk kind of going in the trees, or I could just throw a hyzer that just dumps in on the basket. I think we're gonna throw the same shot as last hole, Envy on hyzer, and just kind of hope we can get over those trees and just sit right at the basket. Same shot. Get in the basket, please. Oof. We hit the bush. We were a little short, a little too much hyzer. We got a putt though. We're a bit short. I was a little scared, honestly. I forgot to mention, but there's OB all right side, all left side. So you really need to keep it in the fairway. This is too easy of a hole to really take OB strokes on. So we're short. We have about a 35-footer, like a straddle 35-footer. I think behind the basket's actually fine, so we can run it. I'm just gonna try to put it out there on a bit of hyzer. So if we miss, we just land in that pond about 7 feet away, and we should be fine. But I am gonna give it a good run if I can. Okay. All right. This is hole 6. It's a 398-foot par 3. Judging by this map, there's no OB, but it looks like absolute death everywhere. So you're throwing down into a valley. I think you kind of need to throw something high. I think I'm gonna throw this Glow Hex flat, kind of hard, maybe a slight flip up, and just try to let it ride straight for as long as possible for a slight finish. We just need to get way straight, 360, 380 feet before landing, because it looks like a parallel forest on this thing. So if we don't, we are going to be in very big trouble. Just nice and flat and easy. Hit a tree and kick down left kind of far. I think we might be in the crap. We are, I mean, it's not the worst. You know, this is a death hole. You can look around. and see. It is, if you get in anywhere in here, you are so screwed. So we don't really have much, but we're just gonna try to flick the Berg X up there and just take the par and be so happy with it. We just can't mess this flick up. Maybe we should even flick something a little farther. We just need to put it on a slight ante and give it enough height without hitting the ceiling. Also, we have branches in the way here. See, is the backhand just better? Maybe. Backhand on hyzer, don't hit the tree. Yeah, we're gonna try it. Give it a little height and just don't hit the trees. Oh no! All right, we're probably gonna take a bogey from that throw. Just so hard to hit that gap under the brush. Maybe I should have forehanded it, but it's okay. So we have a 30-footer under kind of low ceiling. This is to save the par. This hole feels impossible. Like, if you have a good tee shot, you birdie it instantly. If you have a bad tee shot, you take like a 9. I personally, like, it feels extremely punishing, I'll say. Like, walking up here, there were so many places where I could be where there's just no way I could ever get out. You'd have to like tomahawk your way back into the fairway, and that's just rough, man. You really have to have a good tee shot. And this, I thought this was pretty good, but I mean, maybe it was just that upshot sucked really. All right, don't leave it low. Hit the low ceiling. Left ourselves a 10-footer, which we should be able to clean up for bogey. It's all right. Puts us at 1 down. Pretty happy just to get off this hole, really. This is hole 7, 259-foot par 3. Looks like death on both sides, basically. The basket is up on a hill to the right, so you need to throw a forehand that skips off the path up a hill. It looks super hard. You cannot go left, it's all OB, and right looks like just Scramble City. So we really just need to lace one kind of up the middle, something stable. I'm gonna throw the resistor here on a hyzer and just hope for the flare skip. I would be happy to take a par in this. All right, just a nice chill hyzer, Clint. Don't go. All right, we are off to the right, but we got most of the distance, so we should just be able to pitch up the hill and take the par. All right, so this is way better than I thought. I didn't realize how close the pin was. I thought it was like up on top of this hill, and I need to get up this way and go, but this is actually kind of fine. We just don't want to roll no matter what. So we're gonna run it, but we're gonna try to make sure that the disc lands flat no matter what. So I'm gonna kind of do a little ante run so it fades out and maybe sits if it, I mean, we always run the risk of it hitting the cage and rolling all the way back down here. But honestly, this is a makeable putt and we need the strokes. So we're going for it. Perfect. And that's an okay bid, and we sat. So this is a 354-foot par 3. It's hole 8. Looks like it's just straight across this valley, and then to the right, it looks like there's OB all along the right side, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Oh gosh. Like 10 feet right of the pin. So we need to be short. I don't know if this is the right disc anymore now that I just saw that. Like I said, we're playing blind, so we're kind of just going off of what we see on the T sign. Basically, just hit the gap, get right, but don't go too far. I think I'm throwing the Gateway Warrior here on a hyzer, flip it up, let it coast right. I don't think it can go right enough to get OB, which is why I'm throwing it over something higher speed. I don't think this will get there, but it also won't allow me to go OB. That was an awful throw. Don't roll. Okay, we got across and didn't roll, but that was just like 800 feet in the air for no reason. Probably because I was scared, but we'll play it. So pins right there. It was kind of a different shot than I expected, to be honest. It's kind of weird. You want something super stable, but you can't flare skip too far right. So hard shot. I'm 200 feet out right now. Just throw a low laser beam with the Berg X is the goal. And just keep it low. We want to skip up to the basket if possible. A little bit of hyzer at that tree right to the right of the basket. This is also weird footing, but we're good. That's why we throw standstill, baby. Yep, flex, baby. Oh, I think we just parked it. All right, that's a good par save. So that was an amazing upshot. I actually kind of changed my mind at the very end of that upshot and decided to put it on a slight ante because I was throwing so uphill after I noticed that my feet were so staggered upward, and it worked out perfectly. I think if I would have thrown hyzer, I would have been over here, just because throwing hyzer uphill is just gonna fade it out forever. But we should just be able to tap this in for the par. It's weird footing. There's like a rock in my way, but it's a 5-footer. So if you don't have a Berg X, it will save you strokes, man. Disc is amazing. This is hole 9, 212-foot par 3. Basket's on an island surrounded by OB. I think it's like 40 feet on every side or something. It's up here to the left. So we need to throw a hyzer that just drops right down and kind of spikes. I'm gonna throw the Berg X kind of high up at these trees and really just hope it spikes. Maybe I should throw a spikier disc, but I like the Berg X sits and I kind of know how to throw it, so. Just 221, Clint. You don't need to bomb this. Tell me it's perfect. I think it's perfect. Let's go check. All right. It's like hunting for an Easter egg. Did we? I swear it was very close. Did I go too far? Oh, I'm right next to the pin. Sweet! Okay. Those are usually the bane of my existence, those touchy shots. But super stoked to hit this. Nice hyzer. Trying to do the Anthony Barella, throw everything on a gigantic hyzer to manage your distance. It's actually working really well.